So in the last class, we have seen the derivation of the stiffness matrix. Okay. So we have derived that matrix. So that matrix you have to keep in mind for analyzing a problems on based on beam. Okay. So before to start a problem, here I will tell you that how to give the numbering to the structure and how to assemble the global load matrix for continuous beam and the equivalent joint load matrix, because these two steps are a new step for you for the analysis of continuous beam. Remaining steps will be as it is. So here we will see how to assemble the global load matrix. So as you know that the global load matrix AC, it is equal to AJ plus AE. Okay. So that AJ means it is a joint load matrix and AE is the equivalent joint load matrix due to the load on the member. So first of all, we will see how to assemble the global load matrix for a continuous beam. So here I have considered a continuous beam ABC, which is shown in the figure. Where there is a loading, I have considered point load, moment and the UDL. So if such type of the loading and if such type of the continuous beam is there, then how to assemble the global load matrix, that first of all we will see. So whenever we are analyzing any type of the structure using the stiffness method, first of all we are finding out the degree of freedom of your structure. So already I told you that how to find out the degree of freedom of the structure. So in case of beam, there will be two type of the displacement is possible. That is translation displacement along Y and rotational displacement along Z direction. Okay. So only two possible displacements are there. Okay. So that means that is delta Y and theta Z. Delta Y and theta Z. Okay, and it is to be denoted along Y direction. There will be displacement Y, delta Y. We have written Y, and along Z direction there will be rotational displacement. Okay, we are not considering the axial deformation. So without axial deformation, we are analyzing a beam. So here you can see that first numbering is given to the free coordinate and then to the restraint. Okay, freedom code or freedom coordinate, or restraint code or restraint coordinate. So here you can see that. Okay, now if suppose this is a problem and you have to analyze this problem using a stiffness method. So first of all, you have to find out the degree of freedom of your structure. Okay, so if you are having your copy with you, keep a copy, pen, calculator with you, and whatever I am writing here with the help of this pen, you just note it down. Okay. So in case of beam, what you have to keep in mind to find out the degree of freedom? In case of fixed support, in beam, okay, the degree of freedom is 0. Degree of freedom is 0. For hinge support, degree of freedom is 1, and which is only rotational displacement. Okay, because hinge is having two reactions, y direction it is restrained, x we are not considering, so only it will allow a structure to rotate in z direction. Okay, and also in roller support, okay, again it is restrained in y direction, so only there is a rotational displacement along z direction. Okay, so in case of fixed support, the degree of freedom in case of beam it is 0, hinge support is 1, and roller support is also 1. Which type of the displacement? It is the rotational displacement is possible. Okay, and in case of free node, there will be two type of the displacement. Okay, one will be translation displacement along y, that means delta y, and rotational displacement along z direction. Okay, so in case of free node, the degree of freedom is 2. Degree of freedom is 2. Okay, now this is a given problem. First of all, you have to find out the degree of freedom of this structure. So you can see that this is a continuous beam and there are three supports are to be there. Okay, all are the hinge support. Okay, all are the hinge support. So what is the possible degree of freedom in this case? So what is the degree of freedom for this structure? Here at this node A, there is a hinge support. At node B, hinge support. At node C, hinge support. Okay, so it will allow a structure to rotate along Z. Only rotational displacement will be possible. No translation along Y. So यहाँ पे rotational possible है. Only at this hinge support, rotational displacement is possible. So theta A. Here we can write theta B. Okay, and here we can write theta C. Only what you have to keep in mind that in case of hinge and roller, only rotational displacement. Fixed support, degree of freedom 0. Free node, both the displacement will be possible. So what is the degree of freedom of this structure? The degree of freedom is equal to 3. Okay. What is the meaning of this? Degree of freedom is freedom, free to move, or degree of freedom gives you the values of joint displacement. Means at joint A, in which direction it will free to move? In Z direction. And which type of the displacement? Rotational displacement. So at A, theta A, at B, theta B, and at C, theta C. So three unknown joint displacements are there. Theta A, theta B, and theta C. 3 degree of freedom. So these three values you have to find out. Okay. Now after finding out the degree of freedom, what we are doing? We are drawing a skeleton diagram. We are drawing a skeleton diagram. What shows the skeleton diagram? Skeleton diagram shows the element number, node number, and we are giving the freedom and the restraint code. Okay. Why we are giving this coding? That coding gives you the values of the displacement and values of the support reaction. Okay. So freedom code or free coordinate. Freedom code means where there will be the displacement is possible. Restraint code means where there will be no displacement is possible. Okay. So at the hinge support A, only there will be possible displacement along Z direction. Okay. So here you can see this skeleton diagram where I have shown the element number. There are two members. Okay. So here I have considered AB as element 1 and BC as element 2. Here you can show the node number also. Okay. So that will be your node 1. This will be your node 2. Okay. And this will be your node C. Okay. A is node 1, B is node 2, and C is node 3. Okay. Now, then again I told you that in case of beam, as it is a horizontal member, its local x and global x will be same. What will be your coordinate axis? Your coordinate axis will be x, y, and z. Okay. But we are not considering x. So delta x we are not considering. So your coordinate axis will be, in case of beam, is y and z. Okay. This will be coordinate axis. X is not considered, it is neglected. Okay. So we don't have to consider this. Only we are considering y and z. Okay. Now, as the degree of freedom is 3, okay, as degree of freedom is 3, first you have to assign a freedom code where there is a displacement is possible. Okay. And then remaining we are assigning a restraint code, and this coding we are giving in the global coordinate axis. So इसमें in case of beam, what is your global coordinate system? This will be your global coordinate system. Vertical is y and rotation is z. So this you have to keep in mind, and in this direction we have to assign a coding. Okay. So first numbering is given to the freedom code, okay, in a ascending order, and then to the restraint. Okay. So here I have plotted this. Again I will draw here so that it will be easy to you to understand how to give the numbering. So likewise, this is node number 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3. Okay, this is your element number 1 and this is your element number 3, element number 2, sorry. Okay, so here at node 1 means at node A, which type of the displacement is possible? Only rotation. So first what you do, before giving a numbering, first you plot y and z. Like this you plot it in all the node. Okay, y and z. Don't write here y. Okay, and rotation, and here also vertical axis y and z. Okay, now you have to assign a coding in y and z direction. Okay, so first we are assigning a freedom code where there is a displacement is possible. Okay, now as I told you that the degree of freedom for this structure is 3. Okay, you can see this problem. This is a, so degree of freedom is 3. Okay, degree of freedom is 3. तो कहाँ के displacement possible है? At node A, at hinge support. किस direction में displacement possible है? Only in Z direction. In which direction? Z. Which type of the displacement? Rotation. Okay, so first you assign the coding to the freedom and then to the restraint. This is the restriction. Okay, so यहाँ पे 1 किसको आएगा? At node 1. 1 किसको आएगा? At node 1, as there is a hinge support, the possible displacement only along Z direction. So यहाँ पे 1 आएगा. This will be 1. Okay, then where it comes to? Where it comes to? At node 1, rotation direction displacement possible. So at the same node in the y direction, you cannot give 2. Okay, because this is a restraint. Because this is a restraint, and it is a hinge support along y direction, there is a reaction. So it is restrained in this direction. X we are not considering. Only we are considering y and z. Y direction delta y and z direction theta z. Okay, so at node 1 or at node A, as there is a hinge support, 1 will be in the z direction. Okay, उसके बाद 2 कहाँ पे आएगा? At node 2, again in the z direction, there is a rotational displacement theta b. So that we are considering, we are giving 2. Okay, and at node 3, again in the z direction, there is a displacement, rotational displacement theta c. So that we are denoting with the code of 3. Okay, so first we are assigning a coding to the free and then to the restraint. Okay, but you have to complete this y z y z y z. So 1 2 3. Okay, so degree of freedom is 3, means there are 1 2 and 3 are the freedom codes. These are the freedom codes. Okay, now you have to complete the remaining. So after 1 2 3 4, where will come 4? Again you come to the left node. Okay, from left to right. Okay, so here as this is in the y direction, it is restrained. So this is 4. Again at node 2, it is y direction, it is restrained. So it is 5. And again at node 3, in the y direction, it is restrained. So it is 6. Okay, so 4, 5 and 6 are the restraint code. And 1, 2, 3 are the freedom codes. Okay, so here at coding 1 2 3, you will get the values of displacement theta a, theta b and theta c, and at code 4 5 and 6 you will get the values of the support reaction. Okay, along code 4, along code 5, along code 6, these are the restraint code. So this is how we are giving the coding freedom as well as the restraint to the skeleton diagram. Same I have shown it here. Okay, either you can show this 4 5 6 in the like this, or you can show it like this. Okay, so and this rotation we have shown in the anti-clockwise direction. This rotation you can see that we have shown in the anti-clockwise direction. So while drawing a skeleton diagram, we have used this sign convention, or whenever we have selected the coordinate axis, we have shown the displacement in the anti-clockwise direction. So this indicates means this indicates positive, and this y upward, this indicates positive. So that's why in case of the stiffness method, we are using the sign convention as anti-clockwise positive and clockwise negative. Okay, because in the coordinate axis we are showing the rotational displacement in the z direction, anti-clockwise direction. So that's why it is positive. Okay, so these sign conventions you have to keep in mind. So I think you should be able to understand how to find out the degree of freedom and how to show the coding in the skeleton diagram, freedom code as well as the restraint code. Okay, is there any doubt what you have to keep in mind to find out the degree of freedom in case of beam? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So understood? Yes, understood. How to give the degree of freedom and how to give the coding. Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Again, I will take some similar example of this. Before to start the next step, there is some issue, I think, network issue. Hello. Can you see the screen? No, ma'am. Wait a minute. Hello? Am I audible? There is a network issue, I think. Can you see the screen? Yes, ma'am. इको हो रहा है क्या?
हाँ मैम.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Now I am audible now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, there is a network issue. So that's why बीच में connection चला गया था. Okay, so we'll continue now. So again, I will take one of the examples so that it will be easy to you to understand how to draw the skeleton diagram and how to show the freedom and the restraint code. Okay. So suppose if I will draw a beam here And if suppose this is a fixed support, and here there are two supports are there, hinge and roller. This is a just example I am giving you. Okay, and there is a different type of the loading acting on this beam. Okay, so suppose if it is asked to find out the degree of freedom for this structure. So what is the degree of freedom? What will be the degree of freedom? Because it is very important to understand how to find out the degree of freedom. Okay, so what is the degree of freedom of this structure, given structure? What is the degree of freedom? अगर आपको समझ में आया होगा तो आप बता सकते हो, otherwise I will again explain it so that I can go to the next step. What is the degree of freedom in this case? You observe the type of the support at this A, B and C. Okay, so A is a fixed support. So what is the degree of freedom here?
0.
0. B is hinge support. What is the degree of freedom here? 1. In which direction? Rotation. So theta B. Okay. Now at C, it is again roller support. In which direction the rotation is possible? The displacement is possible? Again in Z direction. That is theta C. Okay. So what is the degree of freedom here? Degree of freedom is only 2. Okay. So joint displacement is 2 only. कहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट होगा? एट बी एट सी. किस डायरेक्शन में? रोटेशन. थीटा बी थीटा सी. अभी इसको अपने को नंबरिंग देनी है, which is very important. Okay, to analyze the structure, how to give a numbering, that is very important. Okay, so how to give the numbering here? So this is the skeleton diagram we are showing here. Okay, so this is your node 1, this is node 2. Whatever I am drawing here, you just concentrate. Okay, so node 1 is node A, which is a fixed support. Okay, and this is your member 1 and member 2. Okay, so node 1, node A, it is a fixed support where there is a no possible display. Degree of freedom is 0 here. 2 और 3 पे possible display. सबसे पहले क्या करना? Y और Z रोटेशन, ये कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस ड्रॉ कर देना है आपको. ओके, वर्टिकल एंड रोटेशन. डोंट राइट Y and Z here. ओके, अभी 1 कहाँ पे आएगा? फर्स्ट वी आर असाइनिंग अ फ्रीडम कोड एंड देन टू द रिस्ट्रेंट. अभी फिक्स सपोर्ट है, फिक्स सपोर्ट इज रिस्ट्रेंट इन ऑल द डायरेक्शन, नो डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज पॉसिबल. हिंज और रोलर पे एक एक डायरेक्शन में डिस्प्लेसमेंट पॉसिबल है, थीटा बी थीटा सी, एज डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम इज 2. सो वेयर 1 विल कम? 1 कहाँ पे आएगा आपका? 1 कोडिंग. फर्स्ट वी आर असाइनिंग अ कोडिंग. ओके, फ्रीडम कोड. तो वहां कहाँ पे आएगा? नो, नॉट A. A is fixed. A is fixed. If you compare this problem to the above problem, all supports are hinged. But this is another example I am telling you where there is a fixed support. So at fixed support, no possible displacement along Y and Z. It is restrained. Both are restrained. ये restrained है. Okay, क्योंकि ये fixed support है. So where will come 1? जहां पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो रहा है. कहां पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो रहा है? नोड बी पे, नोड 2 पे. किस डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है? Z डायरेक्शन में. ओके, थीटा बी अपन. तो 1 कहां पे आएगा? 1 will be in Z direction. That will comes 1. यहाँ पे 1 आएगा. Where come 2 now? Where come 2?
थीटा सी.
थीटा सी यानी नोड 3 पे. किस डायरेक्शन में? Z. So where it will come 2. तो आपके 1 और 2 ये फ्रीडम कोड है, क्योंकि डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम 2 ही है. तो 1 2 फ्रीडम. बाकी अपने को पूरा कंप्लीट करना है इन द ग्लोबल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम. अपने को रिस्ट्रेंट कोड भी देना है, because that coding will use the values of support direction. So 1 2 are the freedom code as the degree of freedom is 2. नाउ वेयर कम 3, अभी कौन सा सीक्वेंस अपने को फॉलो करना है, 1 2 हो गया, फ्रीडम कोडिंग दे दी, ओके। नाउ कम टू लेफ्ट नोड, लेफ्ट टू राइट, तो 1 2 हो गया, बाकी पूरा अपने को कंप्लीट करना है। सो 1 2 वेयर कम 3, कैसे, अभी इसको कैसे फॉलो करना, अभी फिक्स सपोर्ट है ए, ये दोनों डायरेक्शन में रिस्टेंड है, तो अपन सीक्वेंस कैसे देते हैं, वाई जेड, यहाँ पे दोनों डायरेक्शन में कोडिंग देना है, बट वो रिस्टेंड कोड रहेगा। तो 1 2 2 हो गया, उसके बाद 3, तो 3 आएगा वाई डायरेक्शन में और 4 आएगा जेड डायरेक्शन में, ओके। अभी नोड 2 पे, नोड बी पे और रोटेशनल डिस्प्लेसमेंट को 1 दे दिया, लेकिन यहाँ पे वाई डायरेक्शन में कोडिंग देनी है, तो 3 4 हो गया, वाई डायरेक्शन में 5 आएगा, और नोड 3 यानी नोड सी पे थीटा जेड में 2 कोडिंग दे दी, थीटा सी, तो एक बचा वाई डायरेक्शन में, सो 5 के बाद क्या आएगा, 6 आएगा, ओके। सो 1 2 आर द फ्रीडम कोड्स एंड 3 4 5 and 6 are the restraint code. 3 4 5 6 are the restraint code where you will get the values of the reaction. So जैसे at node A it is a fixed support, so along 3 you will get the vertical reaction and along 4 you will get the moment. fixed support पे moment भी रहता है, x reaction we are not considering, okay। और node B पे hinge support है, तो 5 डायरेक्शन में आपको रिएक्शन मिलेगी और C पे 6 डायरेक्शन में रिएक्शन, और 1 2 में आपको क्या मिलेगा, you will get the values of displacement theta b and theta c, that is a joint displacement, okay। So I think you understood this, how to give the coding, first where the displacement, जहां पे displacement possible है, जिस direction में possible है, first you assign the coding to that, and then remaining y z, okay। And in this way you have to complete your skeleton diagram, okay। Again we will see when we'll see the problem, and you will be able to understand how to find out the degree of freedom of your structure. So this is I have explained the freedom code and the restraint code, okay। Then there is a formulation of the action at members due to the loading, okay। So to assemble the A matrix, we are finding out the fixed moment and the support reactions, okay। So each beam we are considering as a fixed beam, okay, and we are separating that members and we are finding out its moment and the support reaction. So like if suppose this is a member 1, this is a member 1, so due to the loading, due to the point load, as there is a point load on this member, we are finding out, due to this loading we are finding out the fixed end moment. So here you should know what are the various type of the, if there is a various type of the loading, how the fixed end moments we are finding out. If there is a load at the center, what is the fixed end moment, AB, and fixed end moment BC. If there is a UDL, what is the fixed end moment? If there is a point load which is not acting at the center, then what is the fixed end moment? Uniform varying loading के लिए, तो ये fixed end moment support reactions you can calculate, okay। UDL के लिए what is the fixed end moment? Point load अगर center पे act हो रहा है, so what is the fixed end moment, okay। So to assemble the AE matrix, we are finding out the fixed end moment and the support reaction. So here first member 1, I have shown that M1 and M2 are the fixed end moment, okay, and R1 R2 are the support reactions. Similarly for member 2, M3 M4 are the fixed end moment and R3 R4 are the support reaction. So this is the members with fixed end moment and reactions, okay, that you can easily calculate. So in the above figure, M1 M2 M3 and M4 are fixed end moments obtained from loading conditions, whatever the loading conditions are there, okay, due to that loading conditions you can find out the fixed end moment. And R1 R2 R3 and R4 are the reaction at supports obtained from loading and fixed end moment. Once you get the fixed end moment and whatever the loading is there, using the conditions of equilibrium, you can find out the support reactions, and which I have shown here, okay. Then after, once you find out all this value, you have to find out the AML1 matrix and AML2 matrix. Now what is AML? Okay, AML, that AML matrix means it is a member end action due to the load on the member. Abhi, here in case of beam, as we are seeing that the load is acting on the member, no load is acting, there can be the load acting at the joints also. Okay, so that will comes in AJ matrix. Okay, either there may be load at the joint or there may be only load on the member. In both will appear in the structure. Then there will be AG matrix also and there will be AE matrix, because you are AC matrix. Okay, here what we are seeing, how to formulate the global load matrix. So your global load matrix is addition of AJ plus AE. So AJ is nothing but the joint load matrix. Joint load matrix where there is a load at joint. How to assemble it, that we have seen already. Then AE matrix. AE matrix is the equivalent joint load matrix due to the load on the member. So as there is a member loading, we have converted this member loading to the joint load by finding out its fixed end moment and support reactions. Okay. Now AML1 matrix means, AML1 means for member 1. So AML1 means member end action due to the load on the member. Member end action. End action means joint पे. member load को अपन ने convert किया joint पे, joint loading पे. Okay, so this member load is converted to its joint load by getting 4 values. Similarly, second member. So this AML1 matrix we have to assemble. So how to assemble this AML1? So refer this first member. Okay, so again here AML1 matrix. Okay, so how to assemble this matrix? So AML will be equal to, so first to assemble this matrix, you have to refer this member 1. First you have to write down the value of force, then moment, force and then moment. Or force is nothing but reaction. Okay, force or reaction. First you have to write down the value of force, then moment, force and moment. First to the left node and then to the right node. Okay, so what is the sign convention? Upward positive, downward negative. Okay, anti-clockwise positive and clockwise negative. Okay, so first you write down the value of reaction. That means for member 1 value of reaction R1 upward है तो plus आएगा. Okay, then moment, reaction moment same node पे, पहला node left node, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज M1 है, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज साइन कन्वेंशन वाला पॉजिटिव लेते हैं तो ये प्लस M1 आएगा. ओके, देन सेकेंड नोड पे, राइट नोड पे पहले रिएक्शन अपवर्ड है R2 आएगा. ओके, मोमेंट क्या है, क्लॉकवाइज है. ओके, ये मोमेंट कैसा है, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज क्लॉकवाइज, ये ड्यू टू दिस F लोडिंग. ये मोमेंट ए बी पे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज रहता है, बी ए पे क्लॉकवाइज रहता है. सो मोमेंट M2 क्लॉकवाइज है. व्हाट इज द साइन कन्वेंशन in stiffness method? Clockwise negative. So we will write minus M2. Okay, so R1 M1, R2 M2. M2 clockwise है इसलिए minus. Reaction moment, reaction moment. And what is the coding here? That is 4152. Already we have given here. This is 4, ये 1 है, 5 2. Okay, 4152. Skeleton diagram में अभी मैंने आपको explain करके बताया था. ठीक है. Similarly for member 2, okay, again member 2 we have to assemble AML2 matrix. AML2 matrix, what is the coding for this? 5 2 6 3. 6 is vertical, 3 is rotation. Okay, so again you have to write down AML2 matrix, value of reaction, moment, reaction, moment. पहले लेफ्ट नोड फिर राइट नोड. तो मेंबर 2 पे, ये मेंबर 2 है, मेंबर 2 पे रिएक्शन अपवर्ड सो R3, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज मूवमेंट सो प्लस M3, देन दिस नोड राइट नोड रिएक्शन अपवर्ड R4, मूवमेंट क्लॉकवाइज सो माइनस M4. एंड व्हाट इज द कोडिंग हियर? इट इज 5263. so 52 is common. Okay, 5263. okay, so this is how we can assemble the AML1 and AML2 matrix. जितने members रहेंगे, accordingly you have to assemble AML1, AML2 matrix. Okay, AML means member and action और member and force. End में जो force है, okay, उसकी वजह से जो matrix बनता है, that is called as a AML matrix. Member and action due to the load on the member. Member पे अगर load है, तो your AML matrix will not be 0. Okay, तो लास्ट में जो अपन मेंबर एंड फोर्स निकालते हैं AM, दैट इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ AML प्लस SM इंटू DM. वी आर यूजिंग दिस इक्वेशन. तो दिस AML1 इज नथिंग बट दिस मैट्रिक्स. सो इसका यूज जो होगा दैट इज टू असेंबल द इक्विवेलेंट जॉइंट लोड मैट्रिक्स and also to find out the value of member and forces. Okay, now here we have seen how to find out the AML1 matrix and AML2 matrix. So for that, what you have to do, whatever the loading is given, that you have to convert to its end loading by finding out the fixed state moment and the support reactions value. Okay, and sign conventions you have to keep note that counterclockwise positive moment and clockwise moment negative. Upward reaction positive and downward reaction negative. Okay, so this is a global load matrix. We have seen how to find out. Then the formulation of the equivalent load matrix. Okay, so this equivalent load matrix has been obtained by considering the figure shown below. The equivalent load matrix is equal and opposite in the direction of actions generated due to the member loading. Okay, it is equivalent means actual load रहता है but opposite direction, same magnitude but will be in the opposite direction, and that is generated due to the member loading. Okay, so here whatever the loading you got here, this you can see. So to assemble the equivalent load matrix, what you have to do, you have to superimpose all the loads. This we have separated the two members, so this you have to superimpose all the load on the actual beam. Okay, how it is to be calculated, how it is to be done, that we will see when we take a problem, and then it will be easy to you understand. So here you can see this is a two member I have separated. So if I will plot here in the, here you can see. Okay, so this all the loads and all the moments you have to superimpose on the actual beam. Okay, एक beam है उसी पे आपको superimpose करना है. Okay, तो जैसे यहाँ पे, here you can see where you can see this cursor. Okay, यहाँ पे, so this is at the left node. This I can plot M1. Okay, and this is R1. Okay, then here this is the combination of the two members. Okay, you can see this portion जहाँ पे मैंने अभी सर्कल बनाया है. This is the combination of two. Okay, where this is, if suppose we are considering this is a node 2, तो node 2 पे यहाँ पे जो रिएक्शन है R2 R3 अपने को वो सुपर इम्पोज करना है. सुपर इम्पोज करना है मतलब टोटल लोड निकालना है एट नोड 1 पे, एट नोड 2 पे और एट नोड 3 पे. सो एट नोड 1 पे टोटल लोड कितना रहेगा, R1 M1 उतना ही रहेगा. बट एट नोड 2, योर नोड 2 इज कॉमन फॉर बोथ द मेंबर. सो व्हाट इज द टोटल लोड एट नोड 2? इट इज द एडिशन ऑफ रिएक्शंस plus addition of the movement. So total load on the node, on this node 2 will be the addition of the reaction. So both reactions are upward. So what is the total load here? R2 plus R3. Okay, R2 plus R3. And what is the total movement? M2 plus M3 with their sign. Okay, M2 plus M3. अभी इसमें जो आपका मैक्सिमम वैल्यूज रहेगी उसका साइन कंसिडर किया जाएगा. ओके ओके, एंड हियर व्हाट इज द टोटल रिएक्शन? R4 and what is the moment? M4. Okay, so this is how we have superimposed all the loads on the actual beam and the node which is common to both the member, वहां पे टोटल लोड आएगा R2 plus R3 और मोमेंट आएगा M2 plus M3. ओके, इसमें जिसका मैग्नीट्यूड ज्यादा रहेगा वो उसका साइन कन्वेंशन कंसिडर किया. सो इफ यू एज्यूम दिस इज सपोज क्लॉकवाइज, सो विल एज्यूम इट क्लॉकवाइज. सो दिस इज हाउ वी हैव सुपरइम्पोज्ड all the loads on the actual beam. So same I have plotted here where I have considered anti-clockwise. Okay, so assume the addition of M2 and M3 is clockwise. Okay, so addition of M3 and M3 I have assumed it clockwise. तो ये हो गया. This is the superimposed. I have all loads I have superimposed on the actual beam. Okay, from this figure, from the above figure. अभी ये हो गया, this steps हो, ये step हो गया superimpose. Okay, but what we have to find out? We have to find out the AE matrix, that is the equivalent joint load matrix. What do you mean by the equivalent joint load matrix? Equivalent joint load matrix means it is the equal and same load but will be in the opposite direction. Equal load रहेगा but will be in the same opposite direction. That is equivalent joint load matrix. Actual load but will be in the opposite direction. So after superimposing all the loads, to get the AE matrix, what you have to show? You have to show all the loads in the opposite direction. Okay, पूरे लोड को opposite direction में बताना है to get the AE matrix, because it is a equivalent load matrix. Equivalent load means actual load रहेगा but opposite direction में. So जैसे ये R1 upward है, show it in the downward direction. Show it in the downward. R2 plus R3 का एडिशन प्लस आ रहा था इसलिए अपवर्ड दिखाया, show it is in the downward. मतलब अपवर्ड है उसको डाउनवर्ड करो. R4 upward है, show it in the downward. Okay, so this is addition of R2 plus R3 and this is R4. Okay, now M1 moment, it is anti-clockwise था. Okay, show it in the opposite direction, so it is clockwise. M2 plus M3, it is a clockwise movement था, show it is in the opposite direction. Okay, that will be anti-clockwise. M2 plus M3. And यहाँ पे clockwise movement है, show it is in the anti-clockwise. And from this you will get the AE matrix. Okay, how to assemble it, that we will see. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so all the reactions I have shown in the downward direction, and as this is a anti-clockwise moment, I have shown it in the clockwise. यहाँ पे clockwise था इसलिए anti-clockwise किया, और यहाँ पे आपका clockwise था, यहाँ पे anti-clockwise कर दिया. Okay, मतलब all you have to show in the opposite direction. यहाँ पे anti-clockwise किया था, यहाँ पे आपने उसको anti-clockwise कर दिया. Okay, that may be depends on the clockwise or anti-clockwise. It is clockwise. Okay, so here I have shown it is in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so now you can see. So this is the equivalent loading on the continuous beam. Okay, तो क्या steps रहेगी? First you have to find out the fixed end moment and support reaction. उसके बाद आपको उसको superimpose करना है. उसके बाद actual load को superimpose कर दिया on actual beam. उसके बाद आपको उसको with opposite side उसको plot करना है. Okay, तो this figure will give you the value of AE matrix. So here you can see here this is a AE matrix. Okay, now how to assemble it? How to assemble it? Again, to assemble this, you have to write down all the coding. What is the total coding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Abhi, again, to assemble this AE matrix, you have to refer the skeleton diagram. अगर आपने plot किया होगा, तो आपको याद रहेगा, या again you see here. Okay, ये इस तरह से अपन ने बताया है. Okay, so इसको अपन ने दिया था 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ये स्केलेटन डायग्राम में अपन ने ड्रॉ किया था, क्योंकि डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम 3 है. ओके, सो ये 1, 2, 3. तो अभी इस फिगर को आपको ये वाली फिगर से कंपेयर करना. ओके, ये स्केलेटन डायग्राम को ये वाले फिगर से कंपेयर करना है। और अलोंग वन क्या वैल्यू है अलोंग वन, या फिर ये फिगर को नंबरिंग दे दो, तो रिएक्शन को 4 5 6 आएगा, ये 4 5 और ये 6, और मोमेंट को आएगा 1 2 और 3, है ना। सेम फिगर को अपन ने कंपेयर किया है। ओके, रिएक्शन यानी ये वर्टिकल दिख रहा है तो यहाँ पे डाउनवर्ड है, बट 4 5 6 और मोमेंट 1 2 3। अभी ए मैट्रिक्स को असेंबल करेंगे। सो 1 2 3 4 5 6। अभी अलोंग वन किसकी वैल्यू है, अलोंग वन m1 है, कौन से डायरेक्शन में, क्लॉकवाइज है। व्हाट इज द साइन कन्वेंशन, क्लॉकवाइज नेगेटिव, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज पॉजिटिव, ये ध्यान में रखना है, डोंट मेक एनी मिस्टेक हियर। सो 1 अलोंग 1 m1 क्लॉकवाइज, सो माइनस m1। अलोंग 2 1 2 3 के अलोंग मोमेंट है, अलोंग 2 एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, सो प्लस m2 प्लस m3। अलोंग 3 मोमेंट है, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, सो प्लस m4। ओके, अभी अलोंग 4 रिएक्शन है, डाउनवर्ड है, इसीलिए माइनस r1। अलोंग 5 रिएक्शन है, डाउनवर्ड है, माइनस r2 प्लस r3। अलोंग 6 रिएक्शन है, डाउनवर्ड है, minus r4. So in this way you have to assign the AE matrix, that is a equivalent joint load matrix. But to get the AE matrix, all the actual load you have to show in the opposite direction and then you have to assemble. Okay, now after that we can formulate the joint load matrix. Okay, so this already we have done this. So this is a AJ matrix. If there is a joint load, there will be the joint load values. तो ये already मैंने आपको बताया था. Okay, again we will take the problem जब आपको समझ में आ जाए. Then global load matrix, it is the addition of equivalent load matrix and joint load matrix. तो AC आपका रहेगा AE plus AJ और AJ plus. तो ये AE matrix और ये AJ matrix. इसको ऐड करो तो you'll get the complete global load matrix. Okay, then it is again divided into AFC ARC. तो जितनी डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम है उससे वो डिवाइड होता है, AFC ARC, एक्शन ड्यू टू फ्रीडम, एक्शन ड्यू टू रिस्ट्रेंट कोड। तो यहाँ पे डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम 3 है, तो 3 के बाद आपको उसको सेपरेट करना। सो व्हाई आई टोल्ड यू दिस स्टेप्स बिफोर टू स्टार्ट द प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज अ चेंज ओनली इन दिस स्टेप। ग्लोबल लोड मैट्रिक्स में ही चेंज है, कंप्लीट चेंज, AJ plus A, बाकी remaining are the same steps. Okay, so again we will revise it and we will see how to assemble the A matrix, how to assemble the AJ matrix. Okay, so this is the way where I have told you to assemble the global load matrix. Okay, so here I will stop now. In the next class we'll start the problem. So, first analysis problem.
मैम
Oh yes.
मैम एजे मैट्रिक्स एक बार बताओ।
AJ matrix. Okay. You can see this this problem. Yes.
यस मैम।
Can I continue 2 minutes? यहाँ पे ये वाली फिगर देखो, पहली वाली। अभी यहाँ पे मेंबर लोडिंग भी है और जॉइंट लोडिंग भी है. ओके, इट इज नॉट फॉर ऑल टाइप ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. यहाँ पे ये मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया वो प्रॉब्लम, उसमें जॉइंट लोडिंग भी है, मेंबर लोडिंग. अगर जॉइंट लोड नहीं है तो आपका एजे मैट्रिक्स 0 आएगा. जॉइंट लोड मतलब, जॉइंट लोडिंग मीन्स where there is a load at, joint load means where there is a load at the joint. अभी देखो B पे लोड एक्ट हो रहा है, फोर्स P और मोमेंट M, मतलब यहाँ पे एजे मैट्रिक्स 0 नहीं रहेगा. ओके, तो एजे मैट्रिक्स अलग बनेगा, ए मैट्रिक्स अलग बनेगा. ए मैट्रिक्स मैंने आपको बताया है ड्यू टू द लोड ऑन द मेंबर, F और W मेंबर पे लोड है. अभी एजे मैट्रिक्स बनाएंगे. तो एजे मैट्रिक्स इज वेरी सिंपल. ओके, एजे यहाँ पे कोडिंग दे देना है आपको 1 2 3 4 5 6. okay, now you have this skeleton diagram. okay, you have this skeleton. Refer this diagram to give the, to assemble the AJ matrix. अभी 1, okay, 1 और 4 के डायरेक्शन, यहाँ पे नोड ए पे देखो, इज देयर एनी लोडिंग? नो. 1 2 के डायरेक्शन में लोडिंग है, जॉइंट लोड दिख रहा है? नहीं. तो 1 2 0 है, 1 सॉरी 1 और 4 0 आएगा, 1 4 है ना यहाँ पर। ओके, बी पे देखो, बी पे देयर इज अ लोड एंड मोमेंट। ओके, बी पे कौन से क्या कोडिंग है, बी पे y डायरेक्शन में 5 है, मतलब यहाँ पे ये 5 है, और मोमेंट जो है, डिस्प्लेसमेंट मतलब मोमेंट जो है वो अपन ने 2 से डिनोट किया है, और यहाँ पे y डायरेक्शन में 6 है और मोमेंट 3 है। ओके, अभी यहाँ पे 1 2 2 के डायरेक्शन में मोमेंट आ रहा है, किस डायरेक्शन में आ रहा है, क्लॉकवाइज आ रहा है, क्लॉकवाइज है, दिख रहा है, क्लॉकवाइज नेगेटिव, सो माइनस m। 3 देयर इज अ नो लोडिंग एट जॉइंट C, 3 और 6 के डायरेक्शन में 0 है, सो 3 0। 4 अगेन यू कम टू दिस नोड A, यहाँ पे 4 के डायरेक्शन में, यहाँ पे 4 के डायरेक्शन में 1 और 4 के डायरेक्शन में कुछ भी नहीं है, 0 0, नो लोड इज देयर, तो 1 4 यू हैव रिटर्न 0। 2 के डायरेक्शन में यहाँ पे 2 पे मोमेंट है, क्लॉकवाइज है, इसलिए माइनस m लिखा। ओके, 3 और 3 0, 4 0, 5 के डायरेक्शन में क्या देखो, देर इज अ लोड, डाउनवर्ड लोड, इसीलिए माइनस p, और 6 0। Okay, so where there is a loading at the joint, that you have to write down. Okay, so here you can see here, this is a joint load matrix, 1 3 4 and 6 0, only 2 and 5, 2 पे मोमेंट है माइनस क्लॉकवाइज इसलिए माइनस, और 5 पे रिएक्शन है डाउनवर्ड इसीलिए माइनस पे। अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will again explain it while taking a problem. Okay, so here I will stop now, and today I have given a quiz for you. I will not take the attendance. Based on that quiz I will mark your attendance. Okay, so it is uploaded, you just solve that quiz and then leave the class. It will be there up to 15 minutes. Yes, I am audible? Quiz solve करो और उसके बाद आप लीव कर सकते हो।
Okay.
I will take attendance based on quiz today because there is a network issue today.
Ma'am. हेलो।
क्विज आ गई?
मैम क्विज हो गई तो लीव कर सकते हैं क्या?
हाँ हाँ, क्विज हो गई, लीव करो। सभी लोग सॉल्व करो, लेकिन नहीं तो अटेंडेंस मार्क नहीं होगी।
ओके मैम।
डन मैम।
हम क्विज होने के बाद लीव कर दे।
हाँ हाँ, लीव कर दो।
ओके।
चलो।